You have no right to touch her. Back off. My voice trembled with rage as I saw two men in cheap HOA uniforms gripping my deaf sister, Lily, by the arm, trying to drag her toward a rusty white van. It was late afternoon, the sun casting long shadows through the pines in our quiet cul-de-sac. Normally, nothing happened here. Kids biked, neighbors waved. But today, the air buzzed with menace, my pulse hammering in my chest. Lily, arms full of grocery bags, hadn't heard their barked orders. Deaf since birth, she relied on sign language and lip reading, but these goons took her silence as rebellion. Her eyes, wide with terror, darted as she tried to sign, "I can't hear you." They ignored her, yanking her jacket. I lunged forward, grabbing the taller man's wrist. "Let her go!" I shouted, my voice cracking. He sneered, his polo shirt sporting a shoddy HOA patch that screamed fake authority. His partner, a wiry guy with a permanent scowl, tightened his hold on Lily. She clutched her groceries like a shield, tears welling. The tall one shoved me. "Step back, sir. She's violating community safety rules." Refused to comply. My stomach churned. Rules? Lily couldn't hear their nonsense. The wiry one snapped. She resisted. "We're taking her for an enforcement hearing." Enforcement hearing? My skin crawled. These weren't cops, just thugs playing power games. I signed to Lily, "Don't be scared." Her hands shook, barely forming a reply. The tall one reached for a flimsy baton on his belt, thinking it'd intimidate me. My heart raced, but I stood firm. No way were they taking my sister. Before I could yell again, a blur caught my eye, my wife, Emma, sprinting down the sidewalk. A National Park ranger with Army Ranger training, Emma moved like a predator when trouble brewed. Seeing Lily pinned, her eyes blazed with fury. She charged the wiry man, twisting his arm in a fluid takedown. He yelped, releasing Lily, who stumbled free. I caught her, pulling her back as Emma planted herself between us and the men, a wall of defiance. The wiry man scrambled up, clutching his elbow. "What the hell?" he sputtered. The tall one growled, "Assaulting HOA officers is a crime." Emma's voice cut like steel. "You're not officers. Your thugs are trying to kidnap a deaf woman." She signed safe to Lily, who nodded, tears streaming. Groceries lay scattered, apples rolling, milk leaking. Emma glared at the men. 10 seconds. Explain yourselves." The tall one puffed up. "We're under orders from Mrs. Carver, HOA president. This woman ignored ID checks and traffic rules. Suspected trespasser." I scoffed. "Trespasser? Lily's lived here for 6 years. She was walking home." Lily leaned against me, rattled, catching enough from lip reading to know their claims were absurd. The wiry one shrugged. "New walkway guidelines. Noncompliance means detention." My mind reeled. Mrs. Carver's recent security measures, barricades, ID checks, restricted paths, were a power grab. Rumors swirled that she wanted to push out families like ours, especially those with special needs. But this? Dragging a deaf woman into a van? "Get out," Emma snapped, stepping closer. The tall one smirked. "We're authorized to detain her. If you interfere, you're next." He flashed a laminated card, some fake citation. My blood boiled. Emma's eyes flicked to me, "Get Lily inside." In a flash, she snatched the tall one's baton, tossing it away. He roared. The wiry one lunged at her back. I shielded Lily, who clung to me, watching wide-eyed. Emma sidestepped, flipping the wiry man onto the pavement, pinning him. The tall one grabbed for her hair, but she elbowed his ribs, sending him gasping. Within seconds, she'd manhandled both toward the van, shoving them inside amidst ropes and junk. Slamming the door, she hooked a carabiner from her ranger gear to lock it. They pounded, shouting threats. I stared awestruck. Emma had trapped them in their van. Lily, trembling, typed on her cracked phone, "Police. Call." I nodded, dialing 911, explaining the attempted kidnapping. The operator hesitated. HOA matter? But I insisted. Meanwhile, Emma scanned for more threats. We rushed Lily inside. She sank onto the couch, hugging a pillow, typing. They grabbed me. I didn't know why. My chest tightened. Emma knelt, signing, "You're safe. They're done." But it wasn't over. From the window, I saw Mrs. Carver marching up, flanked by 2 more HOA goons. She spotted the locked van, her face twisting with rage. Emma whispered, "She's not alone. We need police now." I called 911 again, demanding a supervisor, stressing the kidnapping attempt. Mrs. Carver stormed our driveway, her men trailing. Emma stepped outside, shutting the door. I signed to Lily, "Lock the back. Stay calm." She nodded, determined. Through the curtain, I watched Mrs. Carver, polished in a blazer, jab a finger at Emma. "You assaulted my officers. Lock them in. Surrender that woman." Emma didn't flinch. "You tried to kidnap a deaf resident. That's a crime. Police are coming." A goon sneered, "Police won't touch us. Carver's got connections." Emma shot back, "We've got video. Witnesses. It's kidnapping." Mrs. Carver waved a folder. Our board passed a resolution. Legal detention. Emma laughed coldly. "No HOA rule trumps state law. You're not cops." Carver's eyes glinted. "I have resources. Hand her over, or lose your property." I stepped out, furious. "That's my sister. She walked home." Carver smirked, flipping her folder. "She trespassed on a private path. Code 12B violation." A goon held a private pathway sign. My rage surged. "That path was public last week." Sirens wailed. 2 patrol cars rolled up. Carver's men froze. An older officer, grizzled, and a younger female officer approached. Carver smiled sweetly. "Officers, these people assaulted my team." The older one cut in, "We're here about a kidnapping." Emma explained, "They grabbed my deaf sister-in-law." I stopped them. Carver countered, "She ignored rules." We escorted her. The wiry man showed a bruised elbow, playing victim. I jumped in. They used force. Her phone's cracked, groceries spilled. She's traumatized. The female officer took notes, asking about Lily. I confirmed she was inside, shaken. The older officer eyed Carver. "You can't detain people over bylaws. That's illegal." Carver flashed a memo, claiming city approval. The female officer skimmed it. "This doesn't allow arrests." The wiry man muttered, "We didn't know she was deaf." The older officer snapped, "So you attacked her?" Carver's composure cracked. "We can settle this internally." The female officer glared. "Lawful? It's kidnapping." Carver tried threats, city contacts, legal trouble. The older officer sighed. "Call who you want. This is serious." He turned to Lily, now on the porch, typing. "They dragged me. I signed I'm deaf. They ignored me." Carver stammered. Her silence was suspicious. "Minimal force." The female officer scoffed. "That's assault. We're reviewing kidnapping charges." Carver's men panicked. She offered a bribe, compensation, quiet resolution. Emma snapped, "This isn't about money. You endangered her." Neighbors gathered, whispering, "They attacked a deaf woman?" Outrage grew. The officers detained the wiry and tall men, reading their rights. Carver protested, threatening lawsuits. The female officer demanded their IDs and board approvals. Carver's bravado faltered. She hissed at me, "You'll regret this. Your sister's non-compliant. Expect a hearing." The officer warned, "Stop talking. You're digging deeper." We gave statements. The officers offered Lily victim resources. Carver's men were hauled off. Back inside, Lily sobbed, typing, "What if they come back?" Emma signed. "They won't. We'll fight." That night, neighbors rallied. A retired lawyer offered to draft complaints. A mom shared how Carver's goons harassed her kid. Lily typed, "I want to speak up." Her courage floored me. A news crew interviewed Lily. Her story aired, sparking public fury. Carver scheduled an HOA meeting. We prepared, backed by the lawyer and neighbors. The hall was packed, tense. Carver called it a misunderstanding. Our lawyer countered, outlining her illegal policies. Lily stood, her typed statement read aloud, "I'm deaf, a resident. They attacked me? This must stop." Neighbors cheered. Carver claimed Lily vandalized property. Boos erupted. A neighbor shouted, "Those signs weren't voted on." A board member admitted Carver had bypassed the rules. Another revealed her fake police ties. A resident called for Carver's removal. Hands shot up, voting her out. Carver screamed about lawsuits, storming off. The room exhaled free. We celebrated with pizza, neighbors joking about Emma's van stunt. Lily smiled, typing, "Truth won." Weeks later, Carver fled town, her threats empty. The men took plea deals, no jail, but banned from HOA work. Lily walked freely again, neighbors learning sign language to greet her. At a block party, she typed, "I'm healing." "Thank you." "What do you think? Should Emma have locked those men in the van? Was Carver's HOA a power trip or misguided safety?" Share your thoughts below. Let's debate justice, family, and standing up to bullies. Hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more real-life drama.